Okay, I think we're live. We're a few minutes behind, but I think we're live, and I hope the color's gonna go good. I swear I keep having to change this, and every time it's just a little bit different. It's a little annoying, but one of these days it'll work out correctly. We shall see. I'm just gonna play around with. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe there. No, there. I don't know. We're gonna go with that. Okay. So, morning. Oh, I should say the part where, hey, it's Tori from Calypso Creative Planning, and welcome to my channel. So, I'm gonna do. We're gonna take a couple minutes or so to get everyone here, and we are going to play with coloring. Last week we talked about doing a coloring page, but then we ended up talking about book stuff, which was totally fine and I absolutely loved. So this time we're going to combine book stuff with coloring, because I got this new coloring book, and let me see, maybe I need to make this a little bit taller so you can see it's like the whole thing. I don't know, maybe even a little taller. Oh, okay, there we go. There you go. So there's the whole coloring book. Ignore my mouse. So yeah, so I got this in the mail, yesterday? Was it yesterday? I think it was that I got it. And I've had my eye on this for a while because I saw the promo stuff for it a little while back. And it's a coloring book, a Christmas-themed coloring book inspired by different romance novels. So I was excited to play with this one because coloring, we just need that every once in a while just to like relax, right? So I wanted to get that, and I knew one of the books or one of the authors that was doing this was Skye Warren, and love Skye Warren, so I wanted to get it. I will say this is the most expensive coloring book that I've ever purchased, but I plan to have fun with it. So I had this idea of scanning some pages and then playing with it in Procreate, like I did that one coloring book before. So this morning I started scanning a few pages just to like play around with it, and I'll do a flip through. I did a little flip through on my TikTok yesterday, but I don't know who all sees that. So this, I kind of want to do like a list of the different books that this goes along with, and because I know I have not read all of these, so it intrigues me. And if you've read one and are excited about it, like, let me know. But yeah, I kind of want to do a list and maybe do like a little check off of what all that I have and haven't read. Like, I know this one's on my list. I have not read this one. This one's extra spicy. But yeah, I'm intrigued, and I started scanning. I think I scanned like 3 different pages this morning, and the first time I scanned them, it did not go well. So I had to rescan. Are you releasing another filled organizer like you did with Midnight Elemental for Euphoric Era? I saw the note in the description. Yes. That is one thing that's on my list today, is to continue doing the rest of those little accessory sets. And if you don't know what you doing? Go back. If you don't know what we're talking about, it's these. I released these yesterday. So like, you've got the hardware set, and then the highlighter set, and the odds and ends set. These all went out yesterday. I will be working on the rest of these over the next couple days, and I will do, once I get all the regular sets done, I will do the mega bundle, and then I will do the filled organizers. So if you're wanting the pre-filled organizer, then just hold out, because it is coming. But I have to make all these first before I can fill it. So not everyone wants the filled organizer, so I figure I'm just going to release these as I get them done, so that anyone who wants the sets just on their own can have those. But yes, the field organizer is coming. So just hold out if that's what you're waiting for. It will come. Between today and tomorrow, maybe I should have that done. Do you have the tabs on your list? Midnight Elemental. Where did I put it? Did I put it here? I'm trying to remember where I keep everything. Did I already put it in my thing? I think I already put it in my organizer. Let's see. Aha. This kit, are you talking about this one? The tabs and dashboards, like if you're wanting this kit for the new collection, I can do that. So I don't know if I've gotten a request for this one yet. So if this is the kit that you're wanting, this was for Midnight Elemental with like the tabs and like the little dashboards and these little charms and all these cute little things. So yes, I can get this one on the list too. See, you guys gotta let me know so I can do that. I think this was the whole set, I think. And then I put it in the organizer. So yes. Now, I don't know if I put this in the field organizer before or if I put that as a separate. I think that was a separate one. But yes, I can put that on my list for the new collection. Because I still have so many things I want to get done. And it's just been crazy around here lately. Crazy. So y'all let me know. I will leave this open so I don't forget that. But that's what we were talking about. See, sounds like the audio's going in and out. Oh no. Oh, maybe because my microphone is still over here. Like what? Let's put it there. Is that, maybe that'll be better. I tend to forget that because it's like I move it out of the way because it's on this thing. See? Ooh, ignore the dust. Okay. That could be it. I tend to forget that. So I'm going to put that a little closer, not on the microphone. I mean the camera. Oh, words are hard. Okay. So while we're talking about this, are there any other accessories or things like that that you want for this new collection? I mean, I feel like it's new, but new-ish. We put it out last month. But if there's anything else on here, it's cutting in and out. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Hello, microphone. Maybe it's like, oh no, do I need a new mic? Damn it, how old is this thing? I hope I didn't mess it up. Hang on. Let me check. So I moved some stuff around this morning. Don't freak out. Little thing. Okay. Okay, maybe it'll work. I don't know. I messed around with some cords earlier whenever I was plugging things in. So maybe I jiggled the cord a little bit. Hopefully it will be okay. I think now, because it's closer, maybe I moved my head around too much when it was further away from me. Okay, maybe it'll be good and I'll try to talk clearly. If it goes in and out, you guys gotta let me know though. Okay. Where are we at? Anything else for the new collection? Trying to think. I do still have some stuff on my list for this, so we're not done with it. I mean, we're just in November, so we're not done with it. It's still coming. It's just been a little slower because things have been absolutely crazy. Between a million different things. Let's see. Okay, before we get into the coloring, I had another update. Okay, so earlier this week, I posted something in the planning Patreon group talking about the plans for quarter 1 because, yes, I'm already making plans for quarter 1 because I've got to start, making stuff because holidays are coming up. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I can't believe we're so close to both of those. So I'm trying to get ahead of schedule and start making stuff while I'm making stuff for this collection. Continue making stuff for this while making stuff for quarter 1. So I posed a question with 2 different scenarios to the planning group about like which you wanted to see for quarter 1. So if you have not chimed in on that, head over to the Patreon planning crew and like get your 2 cents in, because I'm, we're moving and shaking and whatever you want to say. We're getting ready. So that is happening. And okay, I think that's the only update I have. So let's look at this. Oh, no, I do have another update. I talked last week about the digital planning conference that's coming up in January. I am getting more details about that. And like the early bird pricing is happening right now through, I think it's through the 17th. And then it goes to the regular pricing on the 18th. So I'm getting all the information now and getting some graphics from the planning committee for that. And I will have a blog post up. And yeah, so I'll have that up as soon as I can. But since my workshop for that is going to be in Procreate, I thought it would be fun to play in Procreate today. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, Black Friday is in December this year. What? Wait. Girl, what? Stop. What? Y'all, now I'm over here like, got to pull up a calendar. And the closest calendar is my book calendar. Wait, what day is Thanksgiving this year? Thanksgiving is the 28th, right? And then, so Cyber Monday is December 2nd. How crazy is that? What? That's crazy. Erin, girl, I'm a mess too. Don't feel bad. I'm an absolute mess. That's crazy. I didn't realize that. That is crazy. Okay. All right. Let's see. Y'all help me decide. I either want to do this page, or because I've read Skywarn, I've read these, or this one. Damn it, that's a good one too, because I've read that book. Or this one. Okay, so this one, Enemies to Lovers, or the other one was Overture from Skywarn, because I've read those. And which one do you guys want to see? So y'all tell me, do you want to see Overture by Skywarn, Enemies to Lovers, just like one of the greatest tropes, or The Pawn by Skywarn? What do y'all want to see? Because I scanned all 3 of these. And the first time around, the scans did not go so well. And the second time around, I think they went better. But let me check. But y'all tell me which ones y'all want to see. See, I wish that I had scanned. She said Danger Noodle. Okay, yeah. I wish that I had scanned that. I was trying to like rush and scan some. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. So Pretty Little Savage by Lucy Smoke. I have also read this one. And that would be good. We'll have to do another one. Okay, so Katie says Enemies to Lovers. I'm going to pull up my scans and see. Okay, that one came through really good. Okay, so let me grab, let's see. I'm going to grab these and I'm going to show you the differences of these, by the way, just so y'all can see this. Let's copy to there. Okay. Okay, so let's, where are we going to put this? Okay, let's bring this back down. Okay, not going to lie, that's really cool that I can do that. Okay, although it feels a little, why do we feel shady on this side? Do y'all see that? I don't know. I'm going to have to turn this. Does anyone else draw crookedly? Like, this is at an angle. You guys can't see it, but, like, this would be straight. I'm putting it at an angle because I draw at an angle. Okay, so let's do full screen and let's go back to Okay. Here and here and here and coloring book. Okay, so just a little tip, if you are looking to take this and scan it, okay, it did not work out the best the first time. So if we're looking at enemies to lovers, this is where I scanned it the first time, and you see how like it's got this little dark patch down the middle. Okay, that's because I like put it in the scanner like I was just trying to get this one page, and it caused like a little hump. Okay, it didn't work. So then I turned it long ways and was able to push down on the lid of my scanner, and this is how it came out. Much better. Okay, much better. So what I'm gonna do is, y'all are laughing because you guys know I love doing stuff on an angle. It's so funny. Like if this was straight, okay, it would be like this. This is how at an angle I am right now. Okay, I can't help it. I can't help it. I can't help it. Okay, now, Katie says, being left-handed, I write with my paper almost turned completely sideways. Oh my gosh. Okay, so my dad was left-handed, and he told me that I like tilted my page and slanted more than a left-handed person. He used to pick on me all the time about that because I slant so bad. Katie says, have you tried the scanner app on your phone? I have not. Just because like I have a scanner and I can like put it on a jump drive and just put it here. But like you can also take a picture with your iPad. The problem is like the reason why I decided to put it on the flatbed scanner is because if we're looking at this, like let's go to this page, because if anyone is thinking about doing this, keep this in mind. I didn't want to tear the pages out, but see how like if you were to just take a picture of it, you might get these like ghosted images. Some of them are like way more noticeable than others because the pages are thin enough that you can see through them a little bit. See? So I don't know if like taking a picture you'll get like a good effect. I don't know. But there's workarounds and everything, right? So, okay. Let's do... I'm just going to pull this a little closer. Okay. Well, here. Okay. So I'm going to do my sticker sheet size here. Okay. And then I'm going to go back. I'm going to pull in this image. This is from Dropbox. Okay. And I am going to rotate it. And then we are just going to just play around with it to fill it in. Now, remember that if it goes out of the lines in your frame, then it is gone once you let go of it. Okay? It's gone. You cannot get that back. So, keep that in mind when you're doing this. I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. Here and here. Moved it a little bit bigger. Some white space at the top that I don't want. Okay, that feels good. So once I let go, then anything outside of this canvas is gone. So keep that in mind, because if I let go, like if I let go, there's no bringing it back unless you undo. So if you go too far, then you're just done. Okay, now I got to turn it again. Y'all, I cannot today. Okay. Well, I don't know. We'll go with this. The screen seems a little blurry. Okay, let me check this. Y'all, I swear, y'all, you knew that I wanted this to be like the perfect camera and just solve all my problems. Okay, is that better? Okay. Oh, Erin says they're talking about fixing that in the next Procreate update. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome. Okay. All right, so my next step is I'm going to take this blending mode and I'm going to change it to multiply, okay? So what that means is when I create a layer underneath here, and I'm just going to choose, this color and a bazillions of brushes, and I'm just going to choose this one. So now when I'm on this new layer underneath with this set to multiply, I can color and it's underneath my lines and it's not gonna like affect anything, right? The color looks a little different, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea. So now if you didn't do this and this is set to normal, okay, and I'm on this layer underneath and I'm coloring, like you can't see that. Okay, so if this is happening to you and you're like, oh, I want to use my lines and I can't see them, okay, you can see I've got color. So just make sure this is on multiply. You can try different ones, but I mean, multiply is going to be your best way to go because the lines are black. So they're going to stay black on top of your color. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I don't know how to explain it any other way. Okay, if I'm being honest. So I think I kind of just want to use the dry ink brush. So this is, the dry ink brush is a Procreate brush. And so I kind of just want to use that. Okay. So is this is the tree. Oh, maybe we need a little bit bigger. Okay. No, okay. I'm going to use the studio. I'm going to use the studio pen. Do I have it saved? No, of course I don't have it saved. That would make too much sense. Okay, studio pen. Thank you. And there we go. So I'm just going to create like a border. And you can see that like we are on multiply. So it does, like when you zoom in really far, you can see that, you know, you got a little bit difference. So you could just continue all the way out to the edges if you want. It's just up to you how particular you want to be with this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this behind these words. So I'm not really concerned about where that is. I'm just going to create an outline. Let's get it right. For my color. Oh, no. And okay, so while we're doing this, I kind of just like, let's just chat. So whatever y'all want to chat about, because we are just, did that go darker? I think it did. There we go. So I just wanted to do this because I thought it would be fun to just like chill and just do something fun together. And so I just needed something happy and lighthearted. And coloring seems like a good way to go, right? Oh. And I will put a link to this in the video description if you guys decide that you want this coloring book. Because, I mean, it's just fun. Let's see. We're going to let that be part of it too. And I'm just creating like a little thing. Okay. Just an outline so that I can go back in and fill in my color. Just drop in my color. So, okay. So while we're in Procreate, and we're talking about Procreate, let's talk about this digital planning conference that's coming up. Because I am doing a Procreate workshop for that. And I wanted to get some feedback from you guys. Like, what are some things in Procreate that you like might want to know? Because it's going to be like a Procreate basics as well as like ways to use Procreate as like a companion for your digital planning. So I'm doing like my lesson planning right now to get ready for it. And so any feedback you guys have about like what you would like to see, that would be really helpful for me. And if you don't understand why I'm just like ignoring some of this stuff, the presents and ornaments and stuff, that's just going to be like on top. So it's going to be another layer on top. So that's why we're not worried about it right now. But yeah, if you have any like Procreate questions, like what you want to see, let me know. And if there, I'm afraid I keep changing my color. And if there's anything, maybe not in Procreate, like if you want to do another live workshop between now and then, I've been thinking about that. So if there's, I mean, even if it's not between now and then, but if there's another live workshop thing that you guys would like to do, let me know. I know one thing that we've talked about before was Affinity Designer. So, I mean, that's an option. And then we've also talked about like my Notion book list. I'm doing like a 2.0 version. And we talked about doing a live workshop for anyone who maybe want to do, like you've got the first version and you don't want to buy the second version. You just want to convert the first version into the new updates. And so we talked about doing like a live workshop for that. So, you know, these are some of the things that are like running through my head these days. Because I think live events are just so much fun because you can like ask questions right then and there. And, you know, it's okay to deviate a little bit when you're actually like hitting the points that you want, right? All right. Waha. There's my treat. Katie says, understanding the different blending modes, also the trick you showed in the book journal group with how to change the colors on an image was really useful. Oh, yeah. So, okay, so blending modes, those are fantastic. We can look at blending modes when we put some like highlights and stuff on here. And then the changing of the colors, what she's talking about here is, this is the example I showed, which, yes, it's funny. This was a picture that I wanted to use with one of my book journal spreads. And there was like a color vibe for it, right? But the original picture looked like this. And like this didn't go with it because everything was like black and gold, right? So this was, I wanted it to be black and gold. So I just created a layer on top, and let's just choose, I don't know, this color for gold. So the layer's on top, and put it in there. And then you can change the blending mode to color, and then now you've got a color. So that's a really, really easy way, like the most simple way, especially with something like this where you've got like black and just like one color. Easy peasy. How to create paper effects under an image so that you can pull your own photos and have them feel like they're on crumpled or torn paper, like scrapbooking. Okay, that's a good one. That's a little bit longer explanation, but that is something that I can include that in the workshop, because that's a good one. There's brushes that you can get that gives you that look, and then there's also images that you can pull in and use blending modes. So there's several different ways that you can do that, but that's a good one. That's a good one. So y'all drop your comments for any of those things that I can include. And even if I don't talk about them in the workshop, I can talk about them here on the channel and do like another video. I do have a Procreate, I think it's like, I called it maybe like a Procreate Basics video that I put out a while ago here on the channel. So if you haven't looked at that, that might be really handy to go look at. Okay. Let's do another layer, and let's do maybe this color for our words, maybe, or the blue. Well, we can always change it later. So, okay, I'm gonna do this. You can also do a reference layer if, like you can turn your coloring page into a reference layer. That sometimes will work out really well. It doesn't always work out the best. It also really just depends on the quality of the image that you're referencing. But this works, you know. And you can also, another look, if you wanted like a different look. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to put this back to normal. So another look that you could do is, like, let's say you didn't really want the lines, right? So I'm going to turn these off. You can add a layer on top and we're going to turn down the opacity, and then maybe you want to do something like, like maybe you want to make your own look to where you don't really have the lines, right? Like you just want to use this as a reference, and you can turn that off, and then you have like a different look. You know, like maybe you're just using this as just a reference, and then you could do the same thing with, you know, your tree, and you could just use your own lines, right? And get your own look as like a reference, and then you can turn that off. So that's another way you can use a coloring page to, you know, to color and have fun. So I'm going to turn these back on though, and I'm going to go back to my color studio pen and play around with this and just fill this in. You can also do, like, let's say you've got more than one, like maybe you go through and do all these outlines, and then you can use like the continuous color fill. So I'll show you that. I feel like I need my coffee, like a little coffee chat. Okay, so if you pull this in and you say continue filling, and then you can tap that and it'll just continue. So, you know, like that's another way. Like if you went through and outlined all your letters, and then you can just tap, tap, continue filling. And see what I mean about like it didn't matter where the green was because we're going to do our letters on top. That's what I mean by that. You just got to make sure that everything is like closed. And if you're doing like this brush, okay, this brush, if you zoom in, oh no, undo. Let's not continue filling. Thank you very much. Like here, see, it's like a really smooth brush. So when you draw a shape and fill it in, you're good to go. But if you were using like the dry ink and you use it, see how it's like really textured? See? Then if you were to, why you keep switching colors? If you were to draw a shape and then fill it in, you don't get that texture, right? It's not the same thing. So in this case, you would probably just want to just fill this in like this, so you get that, still get that grainy, you know, color pencil type of effect, right? So it's just like two different looks. And sometimes I'll do like this solid for the underline color and then use the dry ink to add texture on top for like shadows and highlights, you know? I'm just gonna bump, 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 bump. There we go. Make sure I'm on studio. And says you make it look so easy. I go and do exactly what you do and it never works for me. I mean, look, it doesn't always work for me. I mean, it just doesn't. And then you get out of lines. And then that's the thing. Okay. While I'm filling this in, so one I mentioned earlier that I did a post in the Patreon planning group about like what we were going to do for quarter one. and you can go like weigh in on it. But the two different scenarios that I shared was, one, we continue with our usual and do like a whole new, like brand new main collection with, you know, the usuals. Or scenario 2 is at like month 1, when I normally do like the basics where you get like the planners, accessories, and stickers, put out a line of like classic neutral stuff, like yearly planning, quarterly planning, 1 month, all that kind of stuff, type of things, like, you know, classic stuff. But then it's not like set to any specific collection. And then throughout the quarter, I can work my way through the request lists for all the bazillions of things that you guys have been asking for, and I just haven't been able to create yet. So in that scenario, throughout the quarter, it would just be like a little bit of everything. Because I have planners and stickers and accessories and decor kits and all these different things from past collections that people have asked for, that they want to like expand those collections. But then I also have a honestly ridiculously large stash of commercial licensed assets from a variety of artists that I have just been like waiting to use and just haven't had the time yet. So I would like pull from there. And then also some of my own drawings that I haven't had time to get out, you know, just different things. So scenario 1, brand new theme, new, you know, our typical setup. Scenario 2 is classic neutral stuff plus a little bit of everything to cover my request list that has been growing and growing and growing. So y'all let me know what you want. I'm going to create a new layer, and I kind of want the bows to be pink. So let's do the bows pink. But yeah, I just, you know, I'm biased, so I can't really decide what I want. Is this part of the bow? Or do I want that to be part of the tree? I don't know. So several people have already weighed in the Patreon planning group to let me know like which they prefer. So now, like, I just want to hear everybody's opinions. Like, what do you guys want? What do you want to see most? Okay, is that how I want my bow to go? I think I do. Because I'm going to have fun either way. So, you know, y'all just let me know. Y'all just let me know. Let's see. I feel like I've needed this coloring session. I don't know about you guys, but I've needed it. And I'm glad you picked the enemies to lovers, because that's honestly one of my favorite tropes. It really is. Really, really is. But I do want to go through this coloring book and like make a list of all these different books and maybe make my way through them as if my book list wasn't long enough. You know, it's forever long. I don't know how I'm ever going to get through it. I just want to read all the books. Just all the books. All the books. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And maybe I want this bow to be pink as well. You can always come back and change it later. So, it's not a huge deal. Oh, I guess we need this too. Because it's part of the ribbon on the box. Just make sure that you're like closing in these corners here, or it will not color fill. So do that. All right, what am I missing in the comments? Oh, Vicky's here. Hi. And Katie says I like scenario 2. See, I was leaning towards scenario 2 as well. And because it just seems like fun. Because, y'all, my list is about as long as my book list. Okay, what's going on here? Is this part of the bow? Is this part of the tree? Maybe that's part of the tree. Is that part of the tree? Is it a present behind? We shall see. Okay, is that it? Okay, I think that's part of the tree. We're going to say that's part of the tree. So let's go back to this and color that in. There we go. Yeah, that feels good. That's part of the tree. That's definitely part of the tree. Okay. Now, I'm thinking our little garland needs to be the blue color. And if you have not figured this out, this is the Euphoric Era like color scheme is what I'm going with. So, all right. Let's do this. Oh, I forgot this is on top. Well, not now. Let's come. There you go. That's how you do that. That's how you do that. And when you're coloring, look, don't pressure. Like, it doesn't have to be some like amazing work of art. We're just relaxing. We're just hanging out. You know, we're just hanging out, having fun. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention about scenario 2 there is the request list. I mean, it'll be the existing request list, but then also anything else that comes in throughout the quarter. And I said a while ago that my request list would probably start being like Patreon requests go to the top of the list because, you know, we got a group over there. It's a community. And they've got some good ideas of things that they want. So, all right. Let's get this. I don't even know if I want to like make this all, you know, super amazing, or if we're just going with flat colors. Maybe we'll just go with flat colors. I don't know. If you guys want to see something special, y'all let me know. Let me know. Oh, and don't forget that we're in a new month, so that means the Q&A form is open over on Patreon. So that's for the pre-recorded videos. So if you have like a question about something and you want a video answer, that's what that is. And that is fun. And let's see, over in book club, we changed how we're doing the podcast for a little bit because we're so small and like we're testing out new things. Like, like we do suggestions and votes, but then, we don't always get a lot of feedback because it's a smaller group than the planning group. So we decided instead of doing the suggestion and vote for the podcast, we are just going to like go with whatever topic each month. So what normally would have been a vote on Thursday, we just did a little update. And then Sunday, I will share the topic. Because it's still fun to do an announcement, right? I feel like we need, I don't know. Okay, so the Patreon group seems to be, like the regular planning one, seems to be working out really well. It's a larger group. But the book club, we're still so small. And I'm trying to figure out ways to change things up. Like maybe the original plan is not the best plan. And maybe we need to change things up. So if you're in the book club or you're thinking about joining our book club, like let me know what appeals to you or what doesn't appeal to you, what you care about, yeah, because I want to try new things and like get it going and get it fun because I want it to be like a fun safe, no judgment space for, you know, reading books and talking about books. And, you know, I know it's pretty niche over there as to what we read, but that's kind of with the purpose, so that you have that safe space to talk about those things, you know? Anne says, when you're coloring in the black lines, how are you coloring without coloring the black outline? Your strokes are too perfect. Oh, okay. So that, I talked about that at the beginning. But let's look at that again. So I've got, oh, it's so cute. It's so cute already. Okay, so I've got the coloring page here on top, right? And I've got the blending mode set to multiply. So if it was set to normal, this is what it would look like. And so you're not, because it's on top, okay? So it's normal, it's just there. If I were to put these colors on top, then it would look like this. And you can see, it's not so perfect, okay? It's not so perfect. So don't, like, it's not so perfect. Okay, but with it on top, then you don't get that, you don't get those outlines. But with this being on, if I put this on multiply and put it on top of my colors, then you can see the outline and it just blends. Now if I zoom in really close, like let's go to the green. Okay, if I zoom in really close, like you can see that technically, because it's multiply and it's not just straight up super dark, like it's not just straight up black, then you know it looks like this. Now if I were to take, okay, let's just make a copy of this so that I don't see, look, even just duplicating it, because it's on multiply, it gets darker. But I'm going to put this on normal, and I'm going to turn this off so that we have that blank. If I take this and go up here to hue, saturation, brightness, like I can take this all the way down and mess with this and like change the colors, and you can get, you know, slightly different looks and whatever, you know, you can adjust that. I'm going to undo that though. There you go. So if you look really close, it looks like this. You know, yes, you can duplicate it and then you get darker lines. So maybe you want that. You know, there's different ones. See, look, but see, you get a little ghosting here. Like, rude. Let's not do that. So, see, it's slightly, oh, maybe you can't see. See, it's slightly off. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I don't need that. I'm fine with the lines like this. But yeah, if you zoom in, you can see my lines are not perfect. But it's okay. It's okay. We don't care about that. All right. Let's see. Let's do the stars in this little goldenish color. Okay. Let's do that. Also, and the studio pen helps for really smooth lines, and that is the pen that I'm using. So that is another thing that you might consider. Did not mean to change that. Rude. I can't remember if that's on top of the green or under the green, so okay, this one, oh, it's on top. Duh, it's on top. Alright, and look, if you go out of the lines, don't freak out, okay? Here's how, like, if you want to use your same eraser, because like when you do your eraser, like you can do any eraser, okay? Anything, any brush can be an eraser. But if you want your eraser to be the same thing as the brush you're coloring with, then while this is tapped, okay, so you see the brush is blue. So while it's tapped, press and hold the eraser, and it will set your eraser to be whatever your current brush is. And then you can just come back in and clean this up. So, but the beauty of having like the eraser be able to be anything is that you could do like the eraser in like the dry ink, and then you get a different look. See that? By doing the eraser that way? So, go. Okay, so that's just a little tip there. Now, Do I want my candy canes to be... Oh, let's do the candy canes in this white color. And right now, I'm just creating a new layer for each color, with the exception of the words and the bows. I don't know why I did that, but we're just going with it. You don't have to do like a layer for each color, but you can. If you're running out of layers, combine them. No, I meant to do the eraser. Thank you very much. Should I have silenced my phone? Maybe. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, now, do I want the hearts and the balls to be something else? Like maybe... Okay, by the way, if you feel like you want to play around with different colors, like maybe this, you want this to be a different color, okay? You can take, like let's say you want it to be the dark blue. You can just do this and pull it over, okay? That's one way you can do it. Or you can say select and then fill layer, and it does it all at one time. Like that's another way that you can do it. That is rather lovely. Do I want that? No. Okay. But that's another way that you could do that. I do think that I want to use the dark color for these, the dark blue for these. And maybe I want the gold for the little parts at the top, maybe? Maybe? Pull that in. Pull that in. Thank you very much. And okay, let's go to, this is my gold layer. So let's look at putting that here. Yeah, I like that. Maybe I want it here too. All of these little things. Gets this, I think. Yeah. I don't know, that works. That works for me. Okay, and then maybe the hearts. Let's go to a new layer. And once again, you don't have to do new layers for each of these things, but you can. Oh my gosh, did you guys hear that? My dog is snoring. Okay, if this happens, it might be because you don't have it closed in right there, okay? So, check that. Also, there is a color threshold. So, like, if I draw this, and then I go to drag, if you hold, you can adjust this, okay? So, if you go to drag in color and you end up seeing like a little halo line, then do this where like you check your threshold, okay? Took me forever to realize that because people were not saying that at first. They were just like, oh, you just drag your color in and it's done. And then I'm like, no, I get a white line every fucking time. So that would be why. And I just realized these pinkies needs to be this. Okay. Put that there. And this her. Pull that. Now, I think I want this dark pink color for the boxes. I think I do. So, let's go to the dark pink. And is that under? Yes, that's under the boxes. I mean, under the bows. So, I'm just going to do this right here. And see, it doesn't really matter where you go, as long as it's connected. So just make sure you're connected. If you're not sure, you can turn off your bows, okay? And then you can just fill it in like this and do that, okay? And then you just turn your bows back on. That's the beauty of layers. So you can always get rid of your layers later, and that totally works. Oh, let's take away this pink. Okay. Oh, ho, ho. I need this brush. Thank you very much. Like that. Like that. Okay. All right. Now, do we want a background color? Like, let's add a layer and let's put it under here. And you can change your background like this and choose something like that. Like, you can totally do that. It totally works. Or you can do, it always switches. White, thank you. Or you can create a new layer and add your color that way. Obviously not that color. That's not going to work. Do I like the dark? Maybe I do like that dark. Like that dark pinky-ish color. Maybe. Okay. Now, I'm unsure about this. Like, should that be tree? Okay. So here's a fun little thing. If you're not sure about this and you want to mess with it without actually fucking it up, right? I'm going to tap and I'm going to say mask, not clipping mask, but mask. Okay. And then if we are in just straight black, I can come in here and I can draw over this and I can be like, okay, so this is what it would look like if that was not there. So I'm going to go to my green and I'm just going to fill that in. Okay, so that's what that would look like. And back on this mask, back on black, I can come in and I'm drawing the black on that layer, right? So I can see what that would look like. But because it's a mask, I can turn it off. Okay? So I can like, it's like you're erasing, but non-destructively. So, and if you do like a little too much, like let's say you're like, oh no, whatever shall I do? No, just go to just straight up white and then you can just add that back essentially. There you go. That is a mask. Oh, I see a boo-boo. Let's go to here. Go to your eraser and clean that up a little. And color that a little. Okay. All right, you know what? That's lovely. Thank you very much. What if, okay, I'm going to create a layer on the background. And I'm going to switch to, let's go to the soft brush. And I'm going to take this blue color, okay? So this is above the background color layer, whatever, and below the tree and everything. And I'm using like a soft brush. And I'm just going to, no, not that. Let's make it bigger. Let's make it bigger. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Okay. I kind of like that, right? I mean, that's fun. That's fun. Okay. Yes. Feeling good about that. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay. And then, okay, let's add some highlights to the tree. Okay, so I'm going to create a layer on top and I'm going to say clipping mask. So that means it's going to stay, it's only going to show up where we have color underneath it here. So not alpha lock because then you can't separate that. Okay, so we're going to go with this. And we talked about blend modes, like what are blend modes earlier. Oh my gosh, it's 11 o'clock. How's it 11 o'clock? I was a little late. Okay, that's fine. Okay, if I choose this same color that I had on the tree, okay, and I'm going to go to, let's go to the dry ink just so we have something fun. We're on the layer above. Okay, if I set this to multiply, okay, because we talked about blend modes. If I set this here and then I come in, what? Why did you undo? No. multiply. Thank you. So if I set this here and then I just like draw on this, you can see it's the same color, but it's multiplying, you know, what it looks like, right? Now, if I come in and, oh, did I not use the same color? Well, fuck. Okay, select. I don't know why it changed the color. So rude. We are using green. Thank you very much. Fill layer. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, so it's the same color as the tree, but the blend mode is set to multiply. So if I change it to any of these other ones, like you can see that we get like different results. Okay? Slightly different results. If you change the color, you know, you're going to get different ones. But see? Get different looks. Now, if I were to take this and do, let's say, I'm going to go to the disk, and I'm going to double tap there. So it's like 50% gray. And I select and fill. Okay, so it's set to color. Obviously, that's not what we want. But if I were to take this and change it to like color dodge, it's obviously lighter. Color burn, it's darker. You can pull that down. The opacity, you know, you get different looks, right? So I'm gonna go, let's undo. So we're not doing the gray. And I'm just gonna do multiply, you know? And there you go. So like that's a quick way you could add some shadow here and there. Like you can do it whatever you want. So like clear, and then maybe we want to go with the studio brush and just stay with that. And then we just add it underneath, just like little bits under here, like underneath this guy. And then you can always come in and like lighten it up so that you've just got just like a little bit. Okay, just depends on like the look that you want. Just to add some shadow here. Okay? You know? And then you've got like this one. Got a little bit of shadow there. You know? See, you've got some different looks. Just a little shadow there. Then you can have another layer that you can also do clipping mask, and you can lighten it a little bit, you know? Like you could also just switch to this lighter color, and you can be like, oh, just like a little lightened, little, you know, just whatever. And then, and you could change the blending mode, you know? See, like that, it multiply, it does this. You could just like soft light and then change it. So now you've got like this different look, right? See how fun is that? Okay, so obviously we're not gonna like do it forever, but just want to show you another couple things. Like let's say you got this and you want to add something fun to it. So we're gonna say clipping mask and choose like a pattern. Like what is this? Nope. Let's go to recent. No. This? Here we go. Okay. So let's say you've got like a patterned brush. We've got this on clipping mask, right? So I can come in here and I can do this. You know, let me make sure it's still clipping mask. Clipping mask. Maybe pull that down a little bit. And then I've got a pattern on my bow. There you go. Just okay, now I've got a pattern on my bow. And you can come in here and like play around with this, and you could do, you know, like soft light. You could change it up. You could do whatever, you know? Fun stuff. Let's do, I like soft light. I don't know why. There you go. Now you've got a little pattern on your bows. It's fun. There you go. Okay, obviously we don't have time to do the whole thing, but it's fun, right? I like it. I think it's fun. But look how much of a difference that makes, just adding that little bit of stuff here, right? So play around with it. Have fun. You can also come in and, let's see, let's go back to this and, oh, not that. Let's go back to our studio pen, and you can, you know, do stuff like this wherever, and then do the same thing where you got your smudge tool, and then you can smudge it, you know, so that you get some different looks. Like this, you know, whatever you want. Whatever you want. I don't particularly like that, so I'm gonna undo all that. Blah, 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 blah. Come on. You know, so it just depends on like the look that you're going for. But how fun is that? You know, and you got the same thing with here. And once again, if you start running out of layers, you can, you know, group some of these. But you could do like here, you know, add a little, stop that. That was rude. You got like a little, and a little, you know, just little lightness here to your little stuffs. And you can do the same thing where you've got another one, let's say clipping mask, and maybe the same color, but we set it to multiply. Okay, and then you've got like, you know, just like this, just a little bit darker. That one's not so good. Just you know, so you get like a little bit different look. See how this looks different than this? Just like that little bit of detail. You know, I like it. Anne says it would look cool to have the big beads and the garland dark blue color too. So yeah, so you could come in and let's say you want to change this up. I'm going to say select, okay, choose the dark color and say fill layer, and then now you've got a different look, right? You do the same thing here. This is our light color. We can play around with a different blending mode and see if that looks a little bit like that looks a little bit better, you know, right? See, that's fun. You can play around with it. If you need to change the color a little bit, you can do that. Fun, right? There we go. So I like it. Now go do something fun. Okay, it's 11:12. Y'all, I said last week, I was like, oh, we need to test out going 45 minutes because the workshop is going to be 45 minutes. Well, that did not happen. Okay? That did not happen. But that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. So, I totally want to finish this later, so we'll see what it looks like later. But even without, like, these little highlight layers, it still looks good, you know? Let's see, where's the... You know, it still looks good. There's nothing wrong with like stopping here. You just have fun. Stop here. It's fine. Totally fine. You don't have to make a masterpiece. But there you go. Have fun with it. Go play. Go do something fun. And I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-ta.